What is up? My name is Mark. I'm with Takeaway Farm, and today we're going to be installing the Yak Gear Deluxe Anchor Trolley. Now, Yak Gear already has a video on this online, but I feel like it could be a little bit more user-friendly and just give you a little bit more detailed of an explanation. I don't know if it was the camera angles or what it was, but I was still left asking some questions. So I'm going to give you, I guess, hopefully a more detailed version of that. Sorry, I just dropped it. But if you don't have confidence or you're a little worried about drilling into your kayak, because we all know it's a pretty big deal, 1/8 of an inch or something could cost you some big problems out on the water. So I'm going to hopefully explain it the best as I possibly could. I'm going to show you all the equipment I'm using today, and let's get started. I got Lucy helping me out today. Good girl, good girl. So today I'm actually installing this from my buddy Sal. This is his kayak. It's a Heritage Angler 10 feet long, of course. So the equipment you're going to need is, of course, your deluxe anchor trolley from Academy. I purchased this for $34.93, I believe, with tax, and that's in Texas. So I'm not sure what the tax is in your state, but the next thing you're going to need is a 3/8 inch drill bit and a 1/8 inch drill bit. Those two are critical. Make sure and do not get them from Target, because the $10 pack of drill bits from Target does not have those size. Next thing you're going to need, a lighter. Isn't that critical, but a lighter, some vice grips, a Phillips screwdriver, your drill, of course, some silicone, and a ruler is optional. Also, I got some paint here. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. You could use toothpaste or something else. Let's get started. That's all the stuff you're going to need. Let's do it. And a Sharpie will also help. The first thing you want to do, go to the back, get your ruler, just measure about 12 inches. 12 inches. This ruler is 12 inches, so I'm gonna make a little dot right there. It's my 12-inch dot. I'm gonna go to the front of the boat and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I've got my Sharpie dot 12 inches from the front, and go to the back of the boat, and we've got 12 inches and my Sharpie dot right there. All right, so we've opened up our pack. Let's see. We have 2 pad eyes right there. That's these. 2 pad eyes. Got our triangle, our zigzag cleat, some rope, I believe it's paracord, whatever you call it. It's got some screws and some hardware. Our pulley systems should come with 1, 2 pulley systems like that. Sorry, I'm all shaking. And come with some well nuts. I like to just open up all this hardware and put it in here. Nice little tray. You can see it comes with the short ones and it comes with the long ones. So let's use the long ones first. And what we're going to do is get one of these pulley systems. You're going to want to thread the screw just like that. The long ones. Get your well nut. Comes with it. Looks like this. Looks like a top hat. So put them through, screw them just to where the tip is sticking out. Just like that. You're going to do that again over here. So now you have just this tip sticking out, just like this. And now what you're going to want to do is hold it like this. Let me show you the little trick I have. Get your paint, shake it up a little bit. Get this. Actually, I'm going to tilt you over here so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry. And all I'm going to do is hold this steady like this, just like this, so they're not wiggling around and I don't get a unprecise, reading. So I'm going to hold it like this, steady. Dip in the paint real quick. Takes 2 seconds. That was it. Dipped in the paint. You can see the paint's on those little threads. Put this back on the paint lid. Put the lid back on. And then what I'm going to do is go to the front of my kayak. Okay, so we're actually going to start in the back of the kayak. If you're looking at the kayak, this is where you sit. So it has this line that goes down. Little bank that goes down, and then it has a straight drop line, and then so it's got 2 lines right here. The water is supposed to sit on this one. I forgot what it's called, but this line, follow it back. There is my spot that I made 12 inches from the back of the boat. And what you're going to want to do is get the thing you just put paint on. Make sure the pulley is facing towards the front of the boat, just like this. And oh man, I'm dropping everything today. But go to your line, your dot. Go under the line. Oh, man, these things are slippery. Go under the line about, I'd say, that far, and all you got to do is tap, and that gives you 2 perfect spots. Now, what you don't want to do, this is a different one, go and put your pulley spot way up here. So you have to take into consideration that a little bit. So put it right here, and that should leave you your 2 dots that you drill that are perfectly aligned every time. So now I'm gonna go do that to the front of the boat, and we'll come back. So we got our 2 dots on the back, and we got our 2 dots on the front. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is get your drill, put in your 3/8 inch drill bit, that's the bigger one, and keep your drill nice and level, and go ahead and drill those holes. Now, your well nuts and pulley system should sit in there perfectly. Just like that. Like I said, make sure your pulley is down towards the front. Now don't over tighten these, you don't want to crack your kayak. That's why you don't use the drill. But just tighten it to where your hand, hand tight. If you do the paint method or use toothpaste, whatever, just put some toothpaste on the thing, tap them on. Every single time it should fit like a glove. Every time. Use the paint method. Remember, pulley goes towards the back. And I can't stress enough, guys, don't use a drill. You're not gonna get anywhere cracking your kayak. You put all that money into it. Mine was this one, the Heritage Angler 10, the same one I have, and these are about $450 from Academy. So use a screwdriver, be safe, better safe than sorry. So now that you got your 2 pulley systems installed, the one in the front and the one in the back, what you're gonna wanna do is find your halfway mark of your kayak, right in the middle of the boat. See your pulley system over there? Get your trusty Sharpie, just make a mark in between the cleat system, in between the pulley system you just installed and the halfway mark. Just make a little dot and do the same thing in the front. Your halfway mark to your pulley system, halfway mark's about right here, and that's where we're gonna install our pad eyes. If you look at the directions right here, it's slanted, the pad eyes are slanted this way and that way. So one pad eye is gonna be like this, the one on that side, and this one is gonna be angled like this. After that, you just throw those directions away. You don't need them, you got this video. And here are our pad eyes. So one, let me show you. One is gonna go like that, and one is gonna go like that. I'll show you up close right now. So this is the halfway mark of the boat. Our Sharpie line is right here. And what I'm gonna wanna do is get your pad eye. That's straight, right? So what you're gonna wanna do is just tilt it a little bit, just like that. And you are gonna wanna put it kind of close to the line. Get your trusty Sharpie, tap a line in there right in the middle. Drop a Sharpie line right there in the middle. That's our one from earlier and we'll get rid of. So those 2 tiny dots are where I'm gonna drill my 1/8 drill mark. All right, I got that 1/8 drill bit. Making sure to keep my drill nice and level. And now what I'll do is I'll get my silicone and I'll put, hold on. Get my silicone and I'll put a little dab right on the hole. Now you don't want to put too much like I did. You're just trying to cover up the holes. Now get your little screws that they give you. and use your screwdriver to put those in. Now it's not worth using the paint method on this one. It's easier to just put your Sharpie holes in there. So let me get my screwdriver, I'll screw those in, and then we'll go to the front and do that one. Okay, we're in the front of the boat now. As you can see, our pulley system's right there. Halfway mark's right here. Sharpie dot is right here. So this one again is going this way. Front of the boat, this way. Back of the boat is the opposite way. So that is straight, and we're gonna tilt it clockwise. Put it up a little bit so it's close to the line. Put our dot in the middle. Put our dot in the middle. Go from there. We've got our pulley systems installed, one in the front, one in the back. We got our two pad eyes right here. The next thing we're gonna wanna do is get our see, I'm dropping everything. Get our zigzag cleat, has two holes in it. So we're gonna take our trusty Sharpie. Now, if you're sitting in the kayak, you sit right here, and easy access for me, because I'm right-handed, would be right next to my right side. So when I'm sitting in here, right here is the best place for me put my zigzag cleat, because this is what we're going to put through so our anchor will hold and it won't move. It's going to go right about here. See that line I was talking about? It's going to go right on top of the line. And I've actually went ahead and put my two, sorry about that. I went ahead and put my two Sharpie dots right there. That's all you need to do is put it about right there. This is where we're at. This is the back of the boat. Easy access from the seat. So what I like to do after I made those two little Sharpie marks is come in with my drill. And I just make almost like a slight hole. Just make a little indentation like that. And that's it. What I'm gonna want to do next is, it's better to have all the stuff easy access, ready to go. So I'm gonna put, I'm gonna go ahead and put silicone, a little bit of silicone on the zigzag cleat. Put your screw through, get your screwdriver, line it up with your hole. Sorry, I'm right-handed, so this might be a little hard. You could do this with your drill, but don't push them all the way in, whatever you do. But you can see in a couple of seconds, I got it through just fine with this little pilot hole. Slight pilot hole. All right, just hand tighten that, and that silicone should keep it in place too, give you a nice watertight seal. Like everything on a kayak, don't over tighten it, just do it hand tight. You know it's not going anywhere. Now, the yak gear thing does come with these little, I guess, caps for the inside of the screws you put in there. So if you have access, you can go inside your cabin and put these on the tops of the screws. It's if you want to. All right, we got that secured. We got our area cleaned up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and install the polyurethane rope or the braid, whatever you want to call it. If you made it this far, congratulations. You pretty much have your kayak anchor trolley set up. Next thing you want to do, grab your rope. And the first time I was an idiot, I pulled this rope apart all dumb. It's very easy. All you do is get this one. Oh, look, I'm about to do it again. I'm sorry. There's two loops. Get the one under here. There you go. And it's real easy to take apart. So all you're gonna need is your rope, your triangle, and your crimps, your vice grips, pliers, what have you. Two sides of the rope. What are you gonna want to do? Put this side through the pulley, and get the other one, put it through this pulley. And then you're gonna wanna go to the pulley system in the back with that same rope and go down through it, okay? And then we're gonna let that go. We're gonna go over to this one, get this rope that we put through, go down as well, down through the pulley, tighten up. Now what we do is grab the other side of the rope, put those two together, and just tighten up. And as you can see, we have a nice anchor trolley almost installed. So I'm going to tighten up on one side because I want some rope like that so I can work with it. The next thing we're going to want to do, all right, here we got the back side. Remember we went under that. We're going to get our triangle, and I'm going to use a fisherman's knot because that's what I know. So give you about 12 inches or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm only doing 4 for this video. We're gonna put it through bottom, back through our loop, and tighten up. I'm gonna pull that as tight as you possibly can. Make sure you yank your knot down a little bit. That's not going anywhere. Ugh. All right, you can probably pull a yacht with that knot. All right. So now, gonna get our right side, pull it a little bit. This is what we have so far. You got your right side that's loose, your left side is tied up. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, I'm gonna put that down real quick. This is one of my favorite things about the Yak Gear anchor trolley package or kit. It comes with this little cap, or I don't want to call it a cap, but it's a heat shrink wrap. So what you do, get your right side, the free side. We got our triangle in there. Get the free side and go ahead and slip that cap right on there, just like that. Put it all the way down. All the way down, just about right there. And then what you're gonna want to do, get your rope, get your triangle. This is kind of where it gets tricky. Not really, but pull it through like that. And this is what you're going to be left with. And that is basically your anchor trolley. We got to tighten this, and I'll show you how to do that. But now, you can move that thing anywhere you want. You can anchor up anywhere you want. Remember, we still have this thing floating back here, and I'll show you what to do with that in a second. But for now, I'm going to put this triangle in here so I have some room to work with. And I am going to tighten it. Let me move the camera so I can give you a better shot of this. All right, I got the camera moved. We got our free side right here. We got the anchor side right here. We got our shrink wrap right there, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is get this right side rope and put it through the zigzag cleat. Let me show you why. So when I pull on the free side, it tightens up. So what I'm going to do is get it like that, top of the triangle. And inside the Yak Gear package comes with these 2 crimps. Hoping you can see that. Those 2 crimps, what you're going to want to do is put those inside your vice grips or your pliers. And I like to do it beforehand because it's kind of a pain once you're holding it real tight and you try to do this. So have them in there ready to go on hand. I'm going to put them right here on the table. Crimp's already in there. I'm going to put this at the top of it like that. Just yank. Make sure your shrink wrap goes over there. Just yank almost as hard as you can and hold it with your fingers. Oh, and look, it fell out. See, the crimp fell out. Okay, so I'm going to put this around, I guess, just like this. Ow, that hurt. And just crimp it. Usually once you put a 1 on there, it'll hold. You're gonna wanna put this, I don't wanna say as tight as you possibly can, but pretty tight, because once you loosen it up, it's gonna give a little bit. So now I gotta find that other crimp. Okay, found it. Yes, I found it. All right, sorry about that, guys. I got the other crimp. I'm gonna bring you in for a closer angle. Okay, so we still got a good amount of pressure on there with that one crimp holding it. Now I'm gonna put the other crimp right about there, about an inch or two away from it. And make sure you put these crimps kind of close together. Somewhat close. Crimp down like that, and then I go back and just squeeze them. Okay, I got those two crimped down. Now what you're gonna wanna do is, I know I didn't put this in the supplies list, but cut this, I don't know, give it about an inch. Okay, so we got that cut. Now, the next part is important. Be careful, because you can mess up your whole anchor trolley. You see how this is all frayed like this? So you're gonna wanna get your lighter and burn it. But when I did it the first time, I burnt it and I basically burnt through both of them, so I was kind of screwed. Get yourself the instructions or a piece of paper or something. Put it behind that string or in front of it, and do it like that, and get your lighter and just do that. If you want, grab it a little bit, spin it, it's not that hot. That's good. It's great, and you didn't burn through your last rope. Now the last thing you're gonna wanna do is get your shrink wrap, slide it back over, slide it on top of everything. Oh, I could have made it a little bit better, but it'll work. Slide it on top of everything. See, I didn't put them close enough. Should have put them closer together. I'm over here preaching. Wonder if I could slide it down a little bit. Slide that over your stuff, just like that. And again, make sure you don't go to the side and burn your rope. So just spin this around a little bit, like that. Nice. Don't burn your rope, be careful. And that's it, guys. Congrats. You have successfully installed your new anchor trolley. Only thing left to do is to take it out and try it out on the water. But undo your zigzag cleat that you put in there. And that's it. If you do have some rope left over, save that. Maybe put it in a bag, put it in something in your little cabin in your kayak. So if you never know when you're gonna need some rope when you're out on the water. So we'll save that. Put it in a bag later, but now look. Now when you're sitting in your kayak and you want to put your anchor in the front, simply take it off the cleat, move it to the front, or move it to the back. And then when you want it set, just clip it like that. Or if you want to set in the front, run it like that. And that's not going anywhere. That's it, guys. Congratulations. I hope this video was helpful. If you haven't already, subscribe down below, give us a thumbs up, let us know we're doing a good job. We're going up to Choke Canyon here in Texas in a couple of weeks. So subscribe. We post fishing videos, skateboarding videos, pretty much anything and everything. So if you appreciate the content, this video was helpful, subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Next video, I show you my kayak, my anchor setup, my camera jig, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys.